Have you ever felt bored before? I'm not talking about sitting in class listening to a teacher talk about his kids. I mean truly bored. The kind of boredom where you walk around in a haze and everything feels grey and dull. It doesn't matter whether you're watching TV, scrolling your phone, or eating your favorite meal. It all feels the same. Food has no taste, entertainment brings no excitement, you're just going through the motions. There's no kick to anything. You lose track of time and only do the things you can no longer postpone. You're living on autopilot and you just can't be bothered. Now imagine I offered you a pill. A pill that would bring back the zest you once had for life. Your long lost passions would return. You would dust off the boxing gloves sitting on the shelf. Color would return to your gray wool. Your heart would beat with excitement again. You would feel adrenaline pumping through your veins. You would feel alive. Now, would you take it? The best part is that this pill exists. The bad part is that you can only find it at the edge of your comfort zone. You only reach it by challenging yourself, by putting something meaningful at risk. Let me ask you something. Have you ever almost been hit by a car? The driver noticed you at the very last second. Suddenly, your heart is pounding in your throat. Every sound becomes louder, every movement sharper. Time seems to slow down as every one of your senses switches on to max sensitivity. For that brief moment, you weren't thinking about yesterday or tomorrow. You were completely present. Now think about a completely different situation. Imagine standing in front of a large audience giving a presentation. Your voice shakes, you stumble over a few words. Most of us would describe that feeling as dying, but imagine the opposite. You captivate the audience. The words you practice roll off effortlessly off your tongue. You begin improvising. Your friends watches you with admiration. Nothing else exists except you, your message, and the people listening. You feel unstoppable. You feel alive. Different situations, the same feeling. Why? Because in both moments, something was at stake. One threatened your life, the other threatened your pride. Different consequences, but both demand your full attention. Now imagine something even bigger. Imagine you could never fail. Imagine you could never die. Imagine you could never lose the people you love. Imagine every decision always worked out exactly the way you wanted. Would today even matter? Would stepping onto a boxing ring mean anything if you couldn't lose? Would walking onto a stage require courage if embarrassment were impossible? Would achievements have any value if success were guaranteed? I don't think so. We treasure our greatest achievement not because they were guaranteed, but because they weren't. Every meaningful accomplishment demanded uncertainty, sacrifice, and the possibility of failure. Victory feels sweetest because defeat was possible. Our lives themselves becomes more meaningful for the same reason. Our time is finite. Every day we spend is one we never get back. Every dream we chase may succeed or fail. Every relationship we build can strengthen or break. It is precisely because these things can be lost that they become precious. Now don't misunderstand me. I'm not telling you to seek danger. I'm not telling you to seek stakes. Take the risk of starting the business. Take the risk of asking someone out. Take the risk of publishing your work. Take the risk of speaking up. Take the risk of stepping into the arena instead of remaining safely in the audience. Risk forces your attentions into the present. When something important is on the line, your mind stops wandering between yesterday and tomorrow. It becomes completely absorbed in what's happening right now. That is why those moments feel so alive. Modern life has become incredibly good at removing friction. We can order food without leaving home. We can avoid uncomfortable conversation with a text message and distract ourselves endlessly whenever life feels difficult. Comfort is a wonderful place to rest, but it's a terrible place to live forever. A life that never demands anything from you eventually stops giving anything back. Think back to the moment when you felt most alive. Maybe it was competing in a sport. Maybe it was asking the person you love to marry you. Maybe it was publishing something you were terrified to share. Maybe it was finally chasing a dream you've been putting off for years. Chances are something meaningful was at stake. So let me ask you one final question. What are you avoiding? Because maybe the pill you were looking for was never hidden inside a bottle. Maybe it has always been waiting for you on the other side of the risk you've been unwilling to take.